Hello students, welcome to Computer Hardware Lab class for 6th semester electronic students. On today's class, we will be go through the experiment number 7, and on this experiment we should study about the installation of floppy disk drive and what is the equipment required, that is your personal computer. So let's start. For installing your floppy disk drive, basically we need a system, but what procedure you need to start from installation of floppy disk drive is nothing but physically one system and your floppy disk drive along with the drive cable that is related to your SATA or IDE. So see, when physical installing the standard floppy disk drive, ensure the computer is power down and unplugged. So before installing, first you have to shut down your system and you have to extract that AC power plug from your system. Second, open the computer case and connect the floppy drive to the computer using the screw or a bracket. After installing the floppy drive, connect the floppy interface cable. See, this one is a floppy interface cable, that is your small grey flat cable, to the back of the floppy drive. The floppy cable has a side with a blue or red line indicating the pin number 1. This side of cable point to the power connection. If your computer floppy cable has 3 connection or a twist in the cable, verify it's connected correctly by referring to the picture below. Okay, so you have to verify it whether your floppy drive is properly connected or not. After connecting the floppy interface cable, connect the drive power cable to the back of the floppy disk drive. This cable is relatively small compared to the majority of power cables coming from the power supply. So here you have to remember one thing, that is your nowadays most computer and computer floppy disk drive have the cables that only have 2 connections, one for the motherboard and one for the floppy disk drive. Okay, only the 2 connections are there. Nowadays whatever the systems are there, that is related to only 2 connections. If your cable only has 2 connections, so this picture is not applied, it is having 3 connections. Okay, so for SATA you need that 2 type of connections are there. So here SATA and your IDE, 2 types of cables are there. So whenever you are installing the floppy disk drive, you have to check which type of cables you are using. Okay, now how to set up that BIOS. Once the floppy drive is fully connected to your computer, put the case back on the computer, then connect the keyboard, monitor and power on to the computer. Okay, so after completion of your setup, you connect all the physical components that is related to keyboard, monitor and make the power on to your system. Now once connected, turn on the computer and enter to the BIOS setup. So already we had discussed about the BIOS. You have to go through the BIOS. For what purpose? To verify the floppy drive is recognized or not and properly configured in BIOS or not. Okay, so as you are having 1.44 MB floppy drive, that is related to 3.525 inches of floppy disk, and another 5.25 inches of floppy disk drive is also there. Okay, next is your experiment number 8, and your aim of the experiment is to study the installation of DVD multi-recorder drive, and for this the equipment requirement is your personal computer. So let's see how to install the CD or DVD drive into your system. So first one is your Power down the PC completely. After the computer has safely shut down, turn off the internal power by flipping the switch on the back of the power supply and remove the AC power cord. So, for each installation of any drive, make it off your system and unplug your AC power cord. Then next point is your open the computer to install the CD or DVD drive. The method for opening the case varies depend upon your computer models. So depend upon different model, different types of formats are there. Most use a panel or door on the side of the computer, and the older computer may require you to remove the entire cover, and after remove and set aside any screw that fasten the cover or panel to the computer case and then remove the cover. Then remove the drive slot cover. Most computer cases have several slots for external drives but only use a few. Any unused drive slot has a cover that prevents dust from entering the computer. Remove the 5.25 inches of drive slots cover by pushing tabs either on the side or outside of the case. Sometimes a cover might be screwed into the case only. So that means from the front panel, whatever the 5.25 inches of floppy drive or any types of slots is there, 5.25 inches of slots is there, you should remove that slot. Then from that slot you have to in this CD drive. Okay. So set the IDE drive mode. Most CD and DVD drive for desktop computer use the IDE interface, which allows for two devices on a single cable. Place each device on the cable into the appropriate mode. One drive is the primary and other drive is the secondary. One or more jumpers on the back of the drive usually handle its setting. Otherwise, you can consult the documentation or diagram on the drive for the location and settings also. Okay. So, if you plan to install CD or DVD drive on an existing cable, set the drive to the secondary mode, and if the drive will reside on an IDE cable alone, set it as primary mode. Then place the CD and DVD drive into the computer. The method for installing the drive varies depend on the case. Two common methods for installing a drive are either through drive rails or directly into the drive cage only. So what is that? Drive rails and the drive cage. Drive rail means position the drive rails on the side of the drive and fasten the rails with screw. Once you place the drive rails on the both sides of the drive, slide the drive and rails into the appropriate slots. Then affix the drive rails so the drive is flush with the case when you fully insert it. Then drive cage means what? Slide the drive into the slot in the case so the drive bezel is flush with the computer case. Fasten the drive to the computer case by placing screws into the appropriate slots or holes. After this, attach the internal audio cable to use CD and DVD drive to listen to music. The audio signals from the CD drive must route to the computer audio solution. Typically, a small 2 wires cables with a standard connector handles this type of things. And after that, plug this cable into the back of the CD and DVD drive. Then plug the other end into either a PC audio card or motherboard depending upon the computer's audio setup. Lastly, plug the cable into the connectors labeled as CD audio. Then attach the CD and DVD drive to the computer using an IDE cable. Usually the drive resides secondarily to the hard drive. If so, locate the free connector on the ID ribbon cable between the computer and the hard drive. Then plug it into the drive. If the drive will be on its own cable, connect the ID cable to the motherboard and one of the other connectors of the cable into the CD drive. Then plug the drive into the power supply. Locate on the 4-pin Molex connectors from the power supply and insert it into the power connector on the CD drive. So after installation of drive, close the computer, replace the panel or cover to the computer case, fasten the cover or panel to the case using the screws you set aside when you remove the cover. Plug the AC cord into the power supply and flip the switch to the on position. The computer system should automatically detect and use the new drives. Since CD and DVD drives are standardized, you should not have to install any specific driver. Okay, so now see this picture how the CD drive should be inserted. So this is the front panel. Okay, so here 5.25 inches of slots is there where you have to insert this CD drive, and this is the floppy drive. These are the cables are there related to IDE or SATA. Okay, now after installing the floppy drive, if installation is successfully complete, then you have to check on your this PC or my computer whether CD drive is dictated or not. Okay, so on this experiment you got the idea about installation of DVD or CD drive, and also you got the idea about to install the floppy drive also. That means physically these two drive how it should be installed into your system, that is the procedure you will be getting from this experiment number 7 and 8. Okay, now next is how to read and write data into your CD and DVD. So already you are having the idea how to read the CD. Simple, you have to open the CD drive or DVD drive, put the discs into the CD and DVD drive, then on your my computer or on your this PC, open the CD and DVD drive icon, then automatically it is showing you list of files and folder name, and by selecting the files and folders you are able to get the content of CD or DVD. Okay, but the next thing is how to write the data into your CD and DVD. For writing the data into CD or DVD, you need the help of one software, that is your Nero software. So here I am writing one Nero 8 version of software is there. Through this Nero 8 you are able to write the data into your DVD. So first you have to open the Nero software, then inside your Nero software one add option is there. Through the add option you have to select the files from your hard disk. Okay, after selecting that files that is reside on your Nero software, then you have to put one new disk, that is your new DVD, into your CD or DVD drive. Then you have to click on your burn option. Automatically it will burn the hard disk data which is there on your Nero software, that is into your CD or DVD. So like such a manner you are able to write the data into your CD and DVD. Okay.